When you were in Sunday school and you were being taught the story of Noah and you're trying to get a visual on how that would look, I think Hollywood's got you covered. We're tonight at Brennan Theaters watching Noah. This is the story of Noah's Ark. It's not how some like cartoons showed you in the day where like he had the boat and the boat kind of sailed along. It was a vessel to survive the storm. That's exactly what it was. To me, the ark in this one was totally believable. It's just like, there it was made, filled with animals, we're gonna wait this storm out. Problem though, Hollywood kind of put his magical hand on Noah and they did some things to where you're like, I don't know, do I like that? Is that cool? Honestly, it's up to you. When it comes to the Bible and things like that, yes, I've read some things in the Bible. There's just some things in there that you can interpret it a few different ways. I don't want to say things and then have people be like, well, I don't want to see it. If you've been looking forward to seeing it, go see it. And then you can make your own decision on that. The visuals, the graphics of the movie, not bad, really good. Especially for PG-13 when they get into some violent stuff going on, you're kind of thinking, wait, what was this rated? The character of Noah, I liked what they were doing with that. There was a few moments where you're like, I could believe that. You got the beard. That's one thing Bible movies will always do. They've got the beard. I don't know if you ever noticed, Passion of the Christ, Son of God, Old Ten Commandments, the beard. Noah's beard, the gray hair thing, liked it. I believed that this guy accomplished the amazing feat that God said.
Hey, you know what? I kind of regret making you guys, but you and your family, you're righteous, so here's the plan. I'm destroying the world by water, build an ark, save your family, the animals.
Along that ride, like I said, there are some things that are interpreted differently, so I don't really want to tell you what they are because you might just be like,
I'm not gonna see this.
I'm gonna have to give this movie a 6. 6 out of 10. It was good visually. I liked visually what I saw. Some of the things that were there just a little questionable to me. It's hard for me to explain it because I'm not deterring you guys from seeing movies. That's just me. Here's what our viewers had to say about Noah. So, my man, the content of Noah, the context of it, the content, all the storytelling. What did you think? How'd you feel about that?
Okay, I'm gonna go into this by saying that I was not interested in seeing this movie. I'm gonna explain why. It's not that I'm not religious, it's not that I'm anti-religious, it's nothing of the religious nature at all. When you first watch the trailer, you immediately realize that the story of Noah's Ark is only 1 or 2 pages long in the Bible. But this is gonna be a full-length blockbuster, which tells me that they are going to add a lot of new concepts into this movie. So before I even sat down to watch the movie, I knew it wasn't just gonna be about Noah's Ark. It was going to be about Noah's Ark and whatever concept they decided to put in there to make it a bigger movie and to make it seem like an action blockbuster or a thriller or whatever they wanted to do. The content of the movie was shaky. Without giving anything away in case you want to see it, it was broken in my opinion. It created plot holes, it created a change to some of the message of the original story, and I feel that they did not do it justice.
There were a few characters in there that were not in the Bible that I thought were only added to create a story content, a story of redemption, an element that the Bible never speaks of, but then again, didn't speak against it either, so filling in not plot holes, but filling in things that were not in the Bible. Again, the story of Noah is not very long for those of you who have read it and understand the story. I was kind of offended by what they call, I'm not going to go into what they are, but they're called the Watchers. I'm not going to go into what they are, but that's the only thing about this movie that truly bothered me about this. What I enjoyed most about this movie is the Noah character is not as black and white. And it's not as solid, good of a hero as you might expect. He's human like anybody else is. Nobody's perfect. You know, whenever someone like him is doing God's will, we all have our doubts. We all question ourselves. And that's what I liked most about it. Since it's a trailer movie, the trailer was better. And I like the music in the trailer. I'm going to look up and see what music they use so I can rip it, use it for my own purposes.
The visuals and graphics, because basically a lot of this was fake except minus some segments of the ark they built. How'd you feel about those?
They're amazing. The special effects team, I think, is the only star of this film, other than maybe a couple of the actors. The special effects from the animal to the water, the fights, yeah, there's fights. They were good. They were all very, very well constructed. You can tell that the team took time and knew what they were doing. They probably looked at the script and said, I gotta make what now? But they did a good job with it.
Visual effects were phenomenal. The studio who did the effects for all the the whole Animal Kingdom, why do I keep touching you? What is Sigmund
I'm like
Freud?
a magnet.
Sigmund Freud would have a field day with this. The effects studio did a good job.
Did you like the water?
I love water.
No, I mean, like, did you like the water? Because he complains the most about water and smoke. In any movies we watch, if the smoke looks crap or the water looks crap, he'll be like, looks so bad. better than that in After
They're not
Effects.
picking. I understand that they do the best they can, but the water was seamless. I mean, if you look back, we're doing a review. Be quiet. If you look back on the movie The Perfect Storm, this water is phenomenal. Love water. H2O. Hey, Matty! Out of 10, I'm gonna give this a 7. I'd watch it again. Yeah, it has some things that I'm not too fond of because it's like, really?
I give it a 3. 3 out
I
of
think
10.
that's the lowest one ever.
The reason I give it a 3 out of 10 is because I tried to come in with an open mind, because I know the other two were really excited to see the movie. So I want to give it an open mind like I always do. Like I did Bad Grandpa, which is another one that I wasn't particularly fond to see. But I always give it an open mind. This movie, open mind or not, was poorly constructed. It's almost like they were putting things in the movie just to lengthen the movie.
Yeah.
And they were putting things in the movie to add a genre to the list of genres this movie was belonging to. It probably had like 4 or 5 genres in its title if you're actually going to look at what it was. It couldn't focus. It just had way too many problems.
What do you think is the best religious movie you've seen? Go on ahead and shoot that down there. I'm curious. I mean, I know there's not a lot, but if you have seen them, they're out there. Just curious what you think is good. And my voice just went really high pubescent right there. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Like this video, favorite it, share it. And as always, we're letting you know before you go at Brennan Theaters.